is that Yerushalmi says to my Sheni in the article Ozva, the edition we're on Daf Mem Tes and Aleph. We're at where it says Chad Barnash, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 lines down. Chad Barnash. And the Vilna is on Chav Tes on the base. Start counting from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines from the bottom. Okay. There's a certain person who was plowing. Paskas Turse Kumui. So is the rods which held the harness of his yoke above the ox broke. Have a paria, they were running. Vupari paria, and he ran after them. Vupari, and he was running. Adishtakach Yosiv, it says Yohiv, but the Rav Shua changed that. Yosiv above him. He ran very far. He ran until he found himself sitting above him. Amalei Emas Nafkas. So they asked him, when did you leave Eretz Yisrael? So Amalei, Yom Day, today. Amalei, they said, Bahayda Sisa, how did you come? Obviously, you get above him one day from Eretz Yisrael. Doesn't work that way. Amalei Badah, he said this way. Amalei Isa Chameilon, come show it to us. Navi Bay Mechmelon, he went and wanted to show them the way. V'lo Chachim, Abayda Da. And he couldn't tell them which way he came. So it's not necessarily the same as the stories before in terms of its import, but it's the same principle of there are ways, there are places which are mysterious, which are fast tracked. So in any event, coming back to all the stories I had before, the people got to Yerushalmi very quickly. I feel they don't necessarily argue, but I skipped. Sorry. Looking by the Michal the Pliga. It seems that all these stories before argue because they come. These people came from a place further away from Yerushalmi than Malachim and Melchor. So got to Yerushalmi and had time to spare in one day and less. So I feel them late speaker. You didn't say they don't argue. Mechilos Hayven Niglazu. There were certain tunnels which were blocked up. The Rav Fulda and Bnei Moshe point out the Pasuk in Eicha, Pasuk in Perikil and Pasuk Test says Godar Darchi because these Nesivasi Nesivasai Iva. So there were once certain pathways which went up in miraculous, mysterious ways to Yerushalmi. They became blocked up with the Churban and Beis Hamikdash. Okay, now going back now, Rabbi Yonah is going back on the. Go ahead, subsequent part of the Mishnah. The Mishnah says that they made a kakon should be redeemed even right next to the wall of Yerushalmi. It's not talking about specifically fruit which start off at this Yerushalmi. Even fruit which grew mamish outside the walls of Yerushalmi, there's no you can redeem right outside the walls. It's manazeh. So Rabbi Yonah B'Shem Zeh feel kem shel samel chem hayanifta. Even though the vineyard is right next to the wall, it's still redeemed. So there's no point in taking it into Yerushalmi. Okay, now let's go ahead to the next 5 minutes now. Rabbi Yossi Mevachule. Rabbi Yossi had said in the Mishnah, B'shla Beis Hagnikish T'nai Azev T'nai Hai Emasir Shibana Beis Hagnikish Meher Yamenu Shar Shadar K'moshe Shohaya. They're going to go back to what it used to be. So on this Amar B'Yachas Osamesh Beis Hagnikish Asli Bonas Kol Malchus Beis David says this teaches us that the Beis Hagnikish is going to be built before Malchus Beis David. The Chsiv it says, well, actually, there's a lot of different Malchim in these few lines of the Gemara. So yeah, according to the Ridbaz, based on Shiyavta from Lecha Shlema, what it's saying is that first the words of Yosef Mishnah, when the Beis Hamikdash is going to be built, and the stipulation comes back to its place, it's that it's a rubber band clause. It goes back even without a new takana. So evidently, it must mean that they're not going to be a Sanhedrin, which would be as great as the initial Sanhedrin, which has negated the stipulation, and they won't be able to be mavatel the stipulation that you don't have to redeem it. You can redeem the Ma'aser Sheni anywhere outside Yerushalmi. And so therefore, that's what it must be why I needed tonight that after this meeting is just built, because the Malchus based stuff is not yet intact, Sanhedrin is not there, and therefore perhaps even before Bias Mashiach, and therefore they have to make a takora, the boomerang that's going to bounce back, rubber band boomerang, bounce back at that time. And it says here Dichsi, but the Malachas Sherman changed it. V'aksiv dam anav tishtei chomer. It says that with the when you have the blood of the grape, you're going to drink wine, and dam enav alludes to Bias Mashiach. It says about the time Mashiach comes. Pura darachti levadi. And then afterwards, tishtei chemar. Then afterwards, going to drink the wine, meaning that pura darachti levadi is talking about the Puranos who brought out the enemies of the Jewish people, and then tishtei chemar meaning the wine from the suffering. So the Beis Hamikdash is rebuilt after Bias Mashiach. So, why? What's the problem? They're going to have a Sanhedrin. So should find any, and there's no answer. No Mishani. Shari Teres Yisrael is interesting. Shari says when it says "Ksi Damina Tishtei Chomer Vatem Artochen," it's a separate statement. It says when Mashiach in the Nevuah about Latzi Lovo, it says it's going to be lots of grapes and lots of wine. So we won't need the takana. So why would you have to bring the takana back at that time? That's a question on the Mishnah, and it also doesn't answer. Okay, so it says. Let's go. Okay, so that the Tosefta says Ma'aser Sheni Perek Hey, and it's brought down in Yerushalmi Perek Zayin Mishnah Alachei. Rabbi says that was Beishamit's a Mishnah that Nectar Avai has no chumash no beer. That's a silly during Shemitah. In other years, he's conceived that it's chumash and beer. Okay, so it's time Rabbi Omer Bamid very much beers. But the rest of the years of Shemitah, Beishamim yesh no chumash yesh beer. Al daite the Hodein Tanya, according to Rabbi, the Lo Yolif Lo Lamdu the Nectar Avai El Ma'aser Sheni. They only learned this Nectar Avai from Ma'aser Sheni. They made Ma'aser Sheni B'Shia. It's just like there's no Ma'aser Sheni by Shemitah. Kavasoi Nectar Avai B'Shmita. There's no Nectar Avai by Shemitah as well. Same principle. Mata Ayek Ayel Lo Yel Kedusha. Well, if that's the case, should have no Kedusha. But just like there's no Kedushas Ma'aser Sheni during Shemitah, should be no Kedushas Ma'aser Sheni on Nectar Avai. What it says, Me'elav Lamdu. They learned it from the psukim, which it says by. So I forgot to lower that. Mela Blumdu. They learned the psukim in by Netter Kerem by itself. It says Kodesh Hiulim. It's a consecrated and for the purposes of praise. So the Sharavis Yakopio Kodesh Hiulim Hashem. Vayikra Tes Chavdav. So it's like Bikurim, that you praise Hashem by the decree of Parsha Arami Ovid Ovi. And is that the Limud? As the article points out in footnote, if that's the Limud, then it would seem that Bikurim is Norgan Shemitah, which is actually a big issue, whether Bikurim is Norgan Shemitah or not Norgan Shemitah. So that if you learn out that it's just like Bikurim, and Bikurim is not Shemitah, so then the inference is that Bikurim is applicable to Shemitah. But I don't remember how we learned it in Peah, but you could learn it differently. Thinking today. Kedushasam Elav Lamdu. Ma'aser Sheni, you have to makdish it. You have to consecrate it. Otherwise, not Kodesh. There's no chiyuv to be makdish during Shvius. That is, the things are not tevel. So I got to Makadosh Ma'aser Sheni. But Nat Aravai, Keravai is Kodesh Me'elov. It's Kodesh automatically, without any designation. Because Lamdu. Kodesh Hilulim. It's Kodesh Hilulim, Kodesh Halal. Not that, because it's Bikurim. That's true. It's like Bikurim. But it's Kodesh on its own. And that's his own Kedusha, so therefore, that applies during Shemitah as well. I think it would be a bunch of shot in this Gemara. Again, I don't remember how we got to learn Be'er, but that would be a very simple shot. And Lav Dafka that we have to refer to Bikurim, we're just finishing the statement. Which is, of course, Derech Yerushalmi always finish the statement. But the idea is that it's Kodesh Me'elov. It's Kodesh on its own. V'araya, it's called Kodesh, even though nobody's Makadesh it. And that's why it applies during Shemitah. Okay, if you ain't mutter loin it, so Netter Vai during Shemitah should be mutter loin it. Netter Vai, the rest is learned out from Meister Sheni, but not during Shemitah. It's called Shmelo during Shemitah. So therefore, it should be mutter loin it. Tani, we learned their Brisa. Instead of Magid, it says here, Tani Kodesh. Because it is Kodesh, Magid Shuas loin it. Same principle. In other words, it says the Kedusha of Meister Sheni. So therefore, it's also doing it. Yechai bebiur. Okay, so it's Yechai bebiur. So Rabbi, how could I say it's part of bebiur? Begin Rabbi Shimon. On account of Rabbi Shimon played the bebiur. So Rabbi Shimon says, according to this, it says that Bikurim are potter from biur. But so, and again, he's going. Rabbi Yerushalmi, who brings it down, says that obviously going to that we're learning everything out from Bikurim. But and that's why it's part from biur, because it's right from Bikurim. But perhaps you can learn differently. Doesn't seem that way. It seems more unfortunate that they are learning that the next Mishnah, Rabbi Shimon exempts Bikurim from biur, so therefore we have precedent. But which has kedusha doesn't require biur, so therefore Meister Sheni during Shemitah also follows that precedent. Not Meister Sheni, the Karen Vai, Netter Vai follows that precedent, even as kedusha. Nevertheless, it's part from biur because it does has a kedusha which they either learned out from Bikurim, according to the way the other Mepharshim learned, or according to what I suggested, it's Kedusha Me'elov. But in any event, we have precedent from Bikurim, that's something which has Kedusha, and is not learned out directly from Meister Sheni, but is parallel to Meister Sheni, doesn't have a biur. Okay, the Gemara asks, so that's still, you put him Mechubel Karka. Everybody agrees, except it says that you can't redeem Nedarai Mechubel Karka, because learn from Meister Sheni, which is not Noah ben Mechubar. So during Shemitah, when there's no Meister Sheni, let Ravai be redeemed Mechubel Karka. And this, the Gemara leaves it and does not answer it. And we are now on Daf Nun. So we'll stop here for today.